Hello, my name is Dave. I'm doing this for the Lord today. And this story I'm going to tell you is about a miracle that my son and I witnessed. And that's what makes this such a spectacular thing, is that it was done right in front of us. Last year on the 8th of May, we decided to fly to Sierra Vista, which is in the southeast area of Arizona. They have an army post there with an airstrip, Fort Huachuca. Our grandson was graduating from a class there. It was a beautiful day, it was clear, and it was pretty smooth flying. And we got there in the morning, landed, tied the airplane down, and went to the hotel and met the rest of the family. That evening we went out to dinner. We came back to the hotel. Mark and I were sharing a room, and he was checking on the weather for the 9th. This was the 9th of May of last year. And he got concerned because the winds were picking up from the west. They were 19 to 20 knots steady and 35 to 40 knots gusts. That's a lot of wind. That's a lot of wind for a small plane to fly against. It burns up fuel. And a few years back, I had a problem with this up in Washington State. And so I prayed to the Lord, and I asked him, I said, Lord, could you turn the wind 180 degrees to the east? The next morning we got up, had breakfast. The wind was still blowing out of the west. I prayed some more. We went to graduation, and we afterwards took pictures and had some time together with the family. And then we decided we better get to the airport and start for home. The wind was still blowing hard out of the west. So the granddaughter took us out to the airport. We got there, we gassed the airplane, we did our pre-flight, and got in the airplane, and my son called the tower, got clearance. We started to taxi out, and when we taxi out, we passed the windsock. And I noticed that the windsock now was being erratic, and it was starting to flap. And by the time we got out to the main runway, the wind had changed 180 degrees. It was out of the east, just like I asked God. And he did it right there in front of us. The tower called us and said, well, we had a sudden change of the wind. You're cleared to take off to the east. So we took off, flew home, had a tailwind all the way home, got home early. And I give God the praise and the glory for this miracle. A few days ago, I was laying in bed. I woke up in the morning. I was laying in bed, and I was thinking about this, and I was thinking, wow, why did God wait till the last minute? I got the answer fast. He told me, he said, the reason I waited till the last minute was to show you that I'm God and I did it. And that's the reason, and that's why this is so special, is that he showed us that he was God. And then all the way back with the disciples in the boat, he calmed the winds and the waves. And that reminds me of a song we sing at church, It Is Well With My Soul. It's an old hymn that they changed a little bit, but there's a line in there that says, even the winds and the waves know his name and obey him. I think it's Mark 4, verse 41. God is still in the miracle business.
Trust in him, the waves and wind still know his name. So let go, my soul, and try.